everybody's good. I hope everybody's doing well during this quarantine. I have some new books to show you, but I've all been flipped through. I already filmed flip through, so I want to show you my new books. And there's something on the bottom that you all have been looking forward to. I'm very happy. Some of my books came. I'm still waiting on one more book, but that's okay. And also later on, we could play Mad Libs if you guys want to play Mad Libs. Yes, we'll play Mad Libs if there's enough requests for them. So we got fairies. Yay! Hello to the two people in chat. I hope everybody's well. Hello to the two people in chat. 3 people. We got some new books now. This one is a PDF that I got off of Etsy. This is Ruth Sanderson's Fairies. This one I did film flip-throughs of all these books last night, so I just got to format the video. So this is the e-version, PDF version of them. So I printed it on cardstock. I think, what is it called? Hammer mill white paper was what I did, because I could use either pencils or markers on this paper. So I didn't just strictly print it on marker paper. Look at how pretty some of these pictures are by Ruth Sanderson. I really love her art. Like, some of it is vintage, and then some of it is more of a modern feel to it. Oh, you guys can choose which book of the new ones you want me to color in. So this has some really nice stuff in it. Like, it's grayscale, but that's why I like it. This is the lighter version, because there's a light and dark version. Hi, Bailey. How are you? This is Fairies by Ruth Sanderson. It is a really pretty grayscale. Look, this is the lighter version, which I like the lighter version. Don't get me wrong. The darker version you can color in. It's just harder sometimes to know what things are. So, hi, Angela. Hi, Kim. This is Fairies by Ruth Sanderson. This is the lighter version, because she has a darker version in her store. So some of you may have seen this on Anne's channel, because she recently did a color and chat. And speaking of Anne, the next book is courtesy of Anne's Enabling. Yes, Anne enables. Isn't that pretty? So we got some new books. Aren't they pretty? That's Fairies. That's a PDF. That's Fairies. And then we got this one, Sally Berry's Sweet Home Easy Large Prints for Adults. Aren't they pretty, Angela? I love Ruth Sanderson's art, except I just don't have a whole lot of her coloring books. Because number one, I find that sometimes it's hard to get books from some of the indies. But this one was enabled by Miss Anne of A Colorful Life, the Enabler Struck. I saw this on her channel, and I saw her do a color and chat with her markers on it. Look at some of these arts. I'm going to flip through the whole book, because there are flip-throughs coming of the book. I think this is the second Ruth Sanderson one. I think I have one possible book other than that. I think I have the Fairies by her. Oh, the Fairies book from one of her earlier ones. So, you see how big these are? I love these kinds of books because they're large and they print out large. Kind of like do a lot with them. And I'm going to show you the whole book because I already have flip-throughs filmed. I just have to format them. So then we have that one. Oh, don't worry, guys. We have Mad Libs if you need to have Mad Libs. I have Mad Libs. I didn't make it to Shalene's stream last night because I was busy helping my mother cook. Yes, those are the Mad Libs over there. So don't worry, we have some Mad Libs if we need to do that. Lacey Sunshine's Greatest Hits Shade of Gray coloring book. This is a Greatest Hits volume. So, of course, it's all the pictures that people think that are great. You could color this. So you see, this is all grayscale. I've been wanting her to do a grayscale book for a while. Like, this is all the favorite pictures that people love to color. And this is small. Isn't it? And it's grayscale too, Kim. So you could do a lot with this book. That's really cute. You should see that she has a, hold on, there's an image here that isn't like her other images. That is hers, but it's more womanly image, like here. This one I really like, Kim. This one I really, really like. This is from the book. I at first I didn't think it was hers because it's like not her typical style to do one like that. So I like something like this. So I go, that's nice. Thank you, Miss May. That's okay. Eat your dinner. Can anybody guess what the last book in the pile is? Can anybody guess what the last book is? Then I got Main Street Coloring Book by Creative Haven. This is Teresa Goodrich's new one. Let's see. This has a lot of nice pictures in it. I mean, really nice pictures of it. I'm like really liking the pictures, but I'm kind of a little afraid to do it. Because some of the pictures are really detailed and then some are not as detailed as other pictures. You know, this makes me miss going out and shopping. Yes, Kim. Yes. Yes, Lily. Yes. It is who you think it is. Yeah. Spring Scenes Coloring Book by Teresa Goodrich. Now, this was the only one that I did not have. I have ordered summer and I have winter, but I did not have spring. This one is also nice. This one has a lot of pretty pictures too in it. I really like this one. I really like Teresa Goodrich. She's becoming one of my favorites. And then the next one, everybody's favorite. Oh, you want the Lacy Sunshine? It's only like $8, Kim. It's not that much money. And you know who May's featured is. Who wants to know who May's featured artist is, and not May the person? Please don't make any jokes about May Brox, because I love May. So May's artist of the month is going to be Kirby. And I have a funny feeling you people are going to want me to color from this book. But I'll tell you right now. No, Kirby is our featured artist for May. Yep, Kirby is our featured artist for May. I have no idea how I'm going to color any of this stuff. Yeah, and Michelle got this before I did. You two, enjoy your dinner. What are you, like 5-6 hours ahead of me? I can't ever remember the time difference. But look at how pretty this is. I did film a flip through of this too, so don't be worried. I filmed flip throughs of all the new books that I got last night. So they didn't come all last night, but they came. Oh, so you're about 6 hours ahead of me. So what do you guys with the? I'm thinking something from Spring Scenes because I haven't done anything. We could play Mad Libs, but I think it's a little too early. Oh, we'll have fun with Mad Libs if you guys want Mad Libs. Oh, we could color beautiful grayscale. Oh, we could color this. This is my guys. I'm not even kidding you. I've colored so much in this book already. I might have to start the second set of pages soon. I can't even tell you how many pages I've colored in this book. It's not even funny. I've colored so many pictures in this book. It's not even like funny. No man lives yet. Well, we could color this one. This one I started and didn't finish. We could do this one, which I've yet to do. This one I started and didn't finish. Yeah, it's like my works in progress book. This one I only colored the girl's hair and her face. I didn't color that. I haven't even started the second set of pages in this one. We could color this beautiful mermaid. Also, guys, if you go to eBay, there's Etsy, there's a lot of people, a lot of artists that are selling their books. I started this one. Guys, I started this one. I think the skin was done with Copics. The hair was done with something else. It was done with a water brush. I remember that because it wasn't done with my Copic, but I do remember it was probably done with a water brush. And oh, we could do this pretty mermaid. So what would you guys like to color from? And I know you're all going to say, Kirby, Kirby. Remember, Kirby is Mary's artist. And this is where the second set of pages begin. So I haven't done anything in the second set yet. So I've done a lot of stuff. Then there's this beautiful spring scenes, which is really nice. So what would you guys like to color from? Yes, we could color from any of the new books because any of the new books I've already filmed flip through. So just remember, Kirby is May's artist. So we could do Kirby, Sally Berry, Lacey, Creative Haven Main Street, Spring Scenes, Mermaids, Fairies, Elegant Beauties, and two other books in. When I first saw you, this is a Korean book. Oh, I guys haven't seen this Korean book in a while. Lots of flowers, lots of coffee, lots of girls in this book. Or we could do Clara McCullough Fairy Miracles. She wants Lacey. Okay, I got two for Lacey. You guys want Lacey? I'll give you Lacey. They want Lacey. I just hope I don't get a strike because the books, they're cute. Just hope I don't get a... Because Lacey kind of is like boredom. They want Lacey. Pick a picture. You guys want Lacey? Lacey? I have to pick a picture. Let's pick a picture. I'll figure out which picture I want to do. This is a pretty one. We could start at the beginning. You know what they say? You should always start at the beginning. I think this one would be cute too. Like that one. Hey. That's cute. I like coloring different things. Which one? This one? You like this one? Which one is pretty? The first one? We could always start off with the beginning. This one? The first one? I think we should start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning. The beginning is always fun to do. Beginning is always fun. Round here, blonde hair. I think we should. Okay, we'll do the first one. And I've already built up. Guys, you will not believe my finished pages collection already. It's like 2 piles big already. Of course, one pile is bigger than the other pile, but it is humongous already, my finished pages this month. So, yeah, that's the benefit of a quarantine. You get a lot of pages done. So, yes, a lot of pages essential. So should she be brunette or redhead? Well, if I make her redhead, I can't do the flowers red. I have to do them pink. So she's a redhead. We can do her blonde and blue. So what color should we do her hair? Brown, red, or yeah, blonde? If she's a blonde, the hair comes out better. Hello. Hi, Mom. I'm streaming. I just came back from her. Did you get anything? No. Did you enjoy the walk? I did. So, I think I'm just selecting the color, what color I'd like for her hair. I think we're going to go with cadmium red. And see, with grayscale, you don't even have to do any of the shading because it's already done for you. Now, some of the experts are saying that this is the worst paper that you could use your Copics on, but I find for me that I like the Copics on this paper because they come out even. And CreateSpace paper, I have not found pencils that work well on it. Markers work better on CreateSpace paper. Hint. See? She's getting red. And if you look at this, you see the red in there. See, this is one reason why people like doing grayscale. My mother got some exercise, and my mother wanted to walk for a little bit. Don't worry, she had her face covering when she went out. Because they tell us now when we go out here in New York City that we have to wear face coverings when we go out. I understand it, actually. Blue or green dress or purple. See, I didn't even have to do a whole lot of work with the hair. And as the hair dries, you see. See, when you first put this on, it's going to be, is that it bleeds through, and that means it's nice and juicy. This is a nice, juicy marker. The other thing about the Copics is that they're refillable, so. Thinking. Holiday blue. Mm-hmm. Little tiny bits of green. Sorry, I just want the crown to be green. I think the crown should be green. Yeah, I know. I'm going to do green dress, but I'm going to put a little gel pen. This is a Pentel Sparkle Pop. So this is the one that I'm using. Yeah, it'll be green, but I'll put little green dots there, so you can do the gel pen. Because sometimes they come out like this, and sometimes they come out blue. I don't know why, but this is a really weird Pentel because on some of the paper it comes out green, and then on some of the other paper it comes out looking like a bluish green. It just might be the paper that's doing it. Moon white. I thought I was going to use that, but I think the moon white is a better blue. Yeah, that's a lighter blue. That's actually really nice on this paper. And you know what? This can also be used for Color Your Hoard because this is the first page that we're coloring in this book. So I guess it can be used for that. So how was everybody's morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are? There are a few things open by where I live, like some of the restaurants are open. Yeah, a few of the pizzerias are open by me. But the thing that I miss the most is hair salons. I tell you, one of the first things I want to do is get my hair done, get my eyebrows done, get my Yes, I want a mani pedicure. When this is all over, that's one of the first things I want to do is get my hair done, maybe get a haircut, a little haircut, not a big one. Look at my nails. They're terrible, Lily. My nails are terrible. I need to get them manicured and done again. They're terrible. And guys, I need to refill this. BG11. If you ever, guys, ever decide to get a Copic markers, one of the things that you should also get when you get it is get a Copic marker tweezer so you can refill your markers. You can take out your markers easy and don't have to. Have to tighten them up. Make sure they're nice and tight. And, this is a good one. Oh, great. Oh, well, I get a rag. This happens sometimes with markers. If you don't tighten them up, they sometimes will leak. You don't really want your markers to leak. Isn't it? This is called Moon White. It's a very pretty blue. You know, and I had a hard time getting the refill because it was always out of stock, really. So I had to buy the refill via Amazon. Now, I used to be able to buy the refills at from Dick Blick online, which is the art supply place here in New York City, but I'm finding that because they're right now in the process of retooling the Copic markers, and then because of all this stuff with the coronavirus, that they've stopped. So they're kind of in the middle of retooling their refills. So rather than their refills looking like this, from what I've heard is that the refills are going to be smaller and cheaper. What they're going to be is half the size of this. They're going to be half the size of this size and a little bit cheaper. But I'm like, what is the point of reducing the refills like that? They say it's to make everything better, but I think the refills worked fine the way they were. This is called Moonlight. When I first got this, I thought it was a white color because it said Moonlight. So I thought it was going to be a... Yeah, kind of Mondays are going to be kind of like, I might come on Mondays, but, oh, taco pizza. I've never heard of that. Yeah, you missed the beginning of the stream where I was showing the new books. This is a Lacey Sunshine's Greatest Hits Shade of Gray coloring book, Michelle. So I know I normally go on later, but I was like, you know what? I have some time. I want to go on now because everything is kind of set up. And then we could do Mad Libs if we want. I have Unicorns, Mermaids, and Mad Libs. I have Avengers Mad Libs. I have Hot Off the Presses Mad Libs. Dog Ate My Mad Libs. This is called chamoy. No, this is called hazelnut. I don't think I have a refill for E23. But we'll pick a different brand then. E31 Brick Beige. Angela, make sure you're not in top chat. Make sure she's in the live chat. I think Angela's still in the top chat. I don't think she's in the live chat. So can someone tell Angela to... I find that this is a very useful color. Yes, make sure you guys are in the live chat, not top chat. Because sometimes things... Exactly. I'm going to use my Copics how I feel like using them. I bought them. I'll use them how I see fit. This is the white. This is a Pentel Sparkle Pop. We don't know yet background we're going to do, but we'll do something with the background. Don't worry. And I also bought another set of these because a week or two ago, because I go through these Pentel Sparkle Pops like crazy. They're so pretty. I love them. But I use them a lot to glitter up. I like them more than I like stickles. God forbid, I know there are some stickles fans here, but I don't like stickles. Don't get me wrong, the stickles are nice, but you have to be so careful with them. And then, the other thing I don't like is the way they apply and they get sticky on the paper. So if you try to take off the stickles after you apply them, you can't get them off. So with the pen, I can control the... I have stickles, don't worry guys, but I prefer gel pens over stickles, especially the glitter gel pens. That's just a personal thing. It isn't meant to be mean-spirited. Raw Silk E53. This is like one of my favorite skin tones. The thing about the Copics is that they have a lot of skin tones. A lot of colors that you can use for skin tone. Exactly, Michelle, because some people, and I'm not saying that you can't do grayscale and pencil, a lot of my books are on the Amazon Create Space paper. And I was told by a friend that whole binds work really well on the Create Space paper. But I use some of my pastels on the paper and found that they get eaten a lot faster on the Create Space paper than any other paper. For me, when I work in my Amazon paper books, I work with markers because they're just better. For whatever reason, the paper works better on them. Now I'm going to do brick beige again. This is a good brick. This is not too dark of a brown. Yeah, I think you might need to refresh. Angela. Where's my pink? Now this is RV25. This is Dog Rose Flower. Yeah, I didn't make the name up. That is the actual color of this. So. Here we have little green sparklers. Meadow green. Is it? I didn't know that was a real flower. That's a real flower. I'm gonna have to look at what that looks like, Lily. You're gonna have to show me. That's a real flower. I've never heard of it until, I had never even heard that name until I saw it in a marker color. I guess they based the color based on the flower. Bye, Angela. Have fun eating. Enjoy your lunch. G43 pistachio. Pink dog rose flower again. Now the sketch ones have brush tips, and the regular Copics look like this, which have a regular nib, and they have the big thick chisel. When you're doing bigger areas, the chisel's better, but when you're doing more fine areas, you need the nib to be better. So, so know there are lots of people. So Michelle, did you get to go to the post office and pick up what you needed to pick up? I know you were saying something the other day about, picking up your stuff from the post office. You get to go? Meadow green. Oh, that's good. That's really good for you. So now you have them. These are the Pentel Sparkle Pops if you're wondering which gel pens these are. Which green you pick our hands? Should we make it water? Should we make it beige? Make it yellow? The pistachio? That's nice. I like the way the pistachio came out. Pistachio came out actually a little darker than what its natural color is, but that's okay. G14 apple green for the mount. The other thing. Okay, so thinking about what color we should color the ground here. So This color is apple green. Maybe a yellow green. I don't know if I have yellow green. I have a yellow green, but only thing I don't have a refill for it. And it's out right now, so I have to wait for that to come in and Michelle refill. I'd have to go into another set to get that color. Would yellow ochre work? With a yellow ochre. I think yellow ochre would work, right? What about yellow ochre? Would that work, Michelle? Yeah, yellow ochre I think would work. Which I think you would really like grayscale. Coloring grayscale with markers. You really, really would like it, I think. Even with pencils, but pencils take longer. But now we could do a dark blue sky, a light blue, an orange sky. We're making an autumn picture. I like the yellow because it goes nicely with this, you know what I mean? With the brown. Yellow oak is one of those weird colors, like it's like it kind of works and it kind of works in a weird way. I'm thinking orange sky. YR16 apricot. Now this is a brand new Copic to my collection. I love this. But here's the thing about this. This color was actually there was a Winsor and Newton color that I like, and I found out that the pumpkin color in Winsor and Newton is the same color as apricot in the Copic marker chart. So yeah, sometimes you can compare different colors in marker sets to Copics, and if you can find the Copic match to that color, that's even better. Oh, that's good. You know, we're starting to level off, but you know, some states do not want to reopen until, you know, till they have like testing. You know what it is, Michelle? Testing is the big issue. And I cannot blame people for wanting to do the right thing. Here in New York, some people have said, I think, who was it, a senator or somebody, one of the New York politicians said that they want there to be massive testing done. And they also wanted to shut down the subways for a week so that they could disinfect them. Because there are, here's the thing about the New York subway: millions and millions of people ride that subway every single day. And I happen to be one of these people that rides the subway. When I was working before all this happened, like I would ride my subway every day. But the last week or the last 2 weeks before the lockdown happened, as soon as I came in to any building, I would put literally hand sanitizer on my hands when I came in because they're telling you keep your hands clean, do everything. Because you're touching things outside and you don't know what you're picking up from the subway. So you're like, well, people should be more careful of what they do. YR16, and yes, I have a refill. Thank you, Michelle. They should take precautions. They have to take precautions. You can't just be reopening up society because you don't want the virus to spread again. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in lockdown again. I have noticed that I have been eating better. I wouldn't say sleeping better, but I've been more relaxed. Just refilling it. I'm just refilling the marker, guys. So don't worry about it. No, I'm sure. Nobody wants that show, and I think they're right to say that they should be taking precautions even when we reopen. Be precautions, because you don't want to reopen too soon and then it starts all over again. Nobody wants that. It's not like you can just magically wave a flag and reopen. I think everybody's actually watching. I think there's just like who was on when I came on. I think when I came on, Dee Dee was on, Martina was on of Martina Colors, and I think there was one more person on as well. So I think people are in like multiple streams. Lily is here. Lily Cat's here. I think once we start playing Mad Libs, if we play Mad Libs, I'm not sure, maybe Mad Libs. This is a really cute little book. Yeah, just found out like another 478 people have died in the. I'm not sure if that's a worldwide total or if it's a U.S. total. I'm not. So this is the picture. Yeah, and 6 thumbs up. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. Should there be as many people with thumbs up as watching it? So what should we call for next? You never go wrong with Jade Summer. Or should we do another Lacy Sunshine? You guys want to do another Lacy Sunshine? Come on, guys. Oh no, don't tell me my connection is unstable. Another Lacy. Okay, so we'll see what we have. Yeah. Hi, the Sydney Show. So we got one for Mermaid and we got one for another for Lacy. So we got one for Lacy, one for Mermaid. So I'll figure out what we'll do for Lacy. I'll pick a Lacy picture. You know, Lacy. I like this one too for Lacy. I know, but I have both actually. I have the line art and the thing because when Jade Summer first came out, she was doing line art. So it wasn't until recently that she did the grayscale. So her earlier books were line art. The grayscale came out later. You want this one? I think this one would be a nice one to color. I like that one. Sorry, we're gonna do another Lacy. Michelle. I just think that these are really pretty. I have my Lacy thing today. I guess I want to do Lacy today. Do Lacy. Don't know why, but I see her as a brunette. This girl. That's a brunette. Mm-hmm. EO7 light mahogany. Hey, this has some really. Do you have any Lacy Sunshine, Miss Michelle? You mean your governor will be talking? That's okay. You don't have any lacy sunshines? You need to get some, Michelle. They're pretty. They're cute. Now, this one is the grayscale one. Most of her books are line art. This is the one that was grayscale. So she had one that was grayscale, and I was like, I must get it because I really have been having an enjoyment with line art with grayscale. It wasn't until recently that I liked grayscale. Once I realized that I could use markers. And just refilling. These do get messy to refill sometimes, but ask me, do I like brush tip or do I like the chisel, the chisel and nib better? I will say that they both have their place. They're both effectively good for different things. Lacy Sunshine is like really like Heather Valentine is so nice. Actually, guys, if you ever get a chance to talk to Heather Valentine online, do so because she's really nice. She's very sweet. She's a very, very sweet person, guys. If you ever get to talk to her, she's really, really sweet. Heather Valentine is the artist behind all of the Lacy Sunshine books, and she's such a sweet lady. But I actually talked to her once when she was doing a Facebook live stream. Yeah, Heather Valentine you can find on Facebook because she has a Facebook group that she sometimes does lives from that group. Which I happen to be part of. So. Hold on, guys. Which one do you have? Because she has several. Hold on, guys. Just shaking it because sometimes this book is going to be this picture is a lot of hair. So keep that in mind. But this is a good picture if you guys want to practice hair. She also sometimes sells her books digitally on her. She has a website, and I'm trying to remember her website. I can't remember it. Now I wish Robin was here because Robin has like does all those links during the streams for us. That's a nice one. That's a cute one. I don't think I have that one, but who had that one? Was that Shalene who had that? Who was the other one that was doing a lot of who was doing a lot of Heather Valentine? At one point I think Anne was doing a lot of Heather Valentine, and I think it was someone else doing a lot of Heather Valentine. Sometimes I'll change to the big chisel because it takes a lot more, covers more. It was Shalene. Sometimes I outline part of it because I don't want to go into the flowers. You know, the more you do the grayscale, the more the color comes in. Now you can do this with any markers, really. Like you can do this with the Parku, the Cali Arts. Of course they're always late because they have a lot of things to do, Michelle. They're running a whole state. It's not like they're just running one thing. This is for light mahogany. It's a stunning brown. EO7 is like a reddish brown, which is why I think I like it. Even the plain brown in this set is like a reddish brown. Even my governor is late. Miss Michelle when he says he's going to do a conference, but he usually shows up within like 5 or 10 minutes of when he says he's going to do a press conference. So just give your governor time. I'm thinking I might have to go out. Oh, your governor's a woman. I didn't realize that your governor was a woman. It is light mahogany, it's what it's called. My governor is a man, Andrew Cuomo. Well, his father was a great was a great man in himself. Mario Cuomo. Light mahogany eel because I don't have when I bought my first three Copics, as some people know on this channel, were given. I got them in a sketch box, and they were three blues. Four day frost blue, smoke blue, gray lavender. So they were all like blue colors. So my first three were that, and then I bought a regular set of colors, and then I bought a skin tone set. I knew from the moment I got my first Copic that I would love them. So, and if you remember, it was a Mardell Rubio. I think I tried my very first Copics on. Where was the Halloween book? Yeah, it was. No problem, Michelle. Dog Rose Flower. I love this color. Aren't they beautiful, right? Pink. No, before I got them, I was like, no, they're pricey, but you know what? They're worth, and I'm going to say something. They're well worth the money, I think. Meadow green. V21 light pink and ash lavender. This is ash lavender that I'm going to use for the dress. What are you doing? I hear water. Okay. Nobody wants that. These are people's loved ones. I think sometimes we forget that this virus has taken a real. So no, I just had to get from my V22. I wish no deaths. Really, it's a terrible thing. I would rather not. I don't want any deaths. I would not wish anybody death from this. Just refilling the mark, guys. So. And once you put in the refill, you want to make sure that your marker tips, your nibs and chisel tips are firmly in, and then you want to shake it. Exactly. Or you know what? If you go out, wear a mask if you're in a state that has a masking, because I'm in a state now where they require us to wear masks. So Kim made me hungry for pizza. Also, if your nibs are dry, you can always put the marker and do the drip method on your marker tips. And they're a little dry, you do that. Well, that's why they tell you when you come home, wash your hands. Or if you can't not be near anywhere you cannot wash it, get an antibacterial wipe, some kind of wipe that has alcohol or has something on it to wipe off your thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it was kind of funny because my mother was telling me before this began, like, to get supplies, and I was like, we're not going to need that. And then, sure enough, we did. You know, I remember 9/11 not being bad. I remember this not being bad. You know, we'll get through this like we did everything else. The New Yorkers. This is dog roast flour. But you know, I started off as a pencil girl. I don't have a car, so I walk everywhere. And it's kind of funny because they put in the paper bag thingy where you have to. Now, if you want to get a paper bag and you don't bring it back to the store, they charge you like 50. Some stores charge you an extra 50 cents for bags. So that's why I always try to bring, if I go out and I do any kind of shopping, even if it's at Drain Reed, I try to do. This is light pink RV21. Now this is funny because this is a light color and then it comes out darker. It's funny because sometimes darker colors come out lighter and sometimes lighter colors come out darker. Yeah, but as long as you have a reusable bag, you should be fine. Hold on, RV21. There are some colors that I use so much that I knew when I got them that I had to have a refill for my Copic. So, yeah, I'm one of those people who has certain colors. Well, whenever I buy a new Copic color, I try to buy a refill for it too. So that I'm prepared for it. It's not like I'm not prepared for it. Well, it depends on what pencils you're using, too, because, if depending on the paper, Michelle, your pencils may not respond to it because of the paper. And I'll be the first one to say that. Not all paper is created equal, the paper markers. What pencils are you using in the Chibi Girls book? I'm just curious what you're using because if you're not using, for me, believe it or not, Crayolas work very well in these books. In the Amazon books, the Crayolas work very well. Yeah, Crayolas. I'm asking her what pencils, because depending on the paper. Everything, even Crayolas. How hard are you pressing in them? Crayolas work well. I would say whole lines, but I know you don't have those. This is another skin tone, but they don't tell you this is a skin tone because they use it as. But really, this is a great skin tone. This is called Tea Orange E95. One day colored a flower in this color and realized that I could use it as a skin tone when it dried. I was like, yes, another skin tone. And knowing what colors work for skin can help you when you're trying to do darker skin. It's probably the paper that's not working for you. Who does a really good tutorial on grayscale with pencils? There's a girl on mine on YouTube. I forget her name, but there was a girl. She was coloring chibi girls with pencil, and it came out amazing. And she used all different kinds of mediums like luminance, prismas, the budget friendly or teasers, and her picture came out lovely in pencil in grayscale. See, with the Create Space paper, I have the same issue, but some of my pencils work better in the books. Not all of them, but I prefer markers. Did you try your Black Widows? Because I know in Hannah Lynn's books that the Black Widows work really good with the Hannah Lynn books. Or teasers? If you don't like it, then just use markers. So there we have our next one. Let me just do the white. Yeah, Black Widows are nice. I like my Black Widows a lot. And they're very, very affordable. Hi, Jen. So this is the second picture that we have finished today in this book. So yay, 2 pictures done. So we did this one with Copics. And I did this one with Copics. I guess you guys decided which flip joke gets put up first, and then we did this one. Hey, Jen. We're coloring out of Lazy Sunshine's Greatest Hits Shades of Gray coloring book. This is a grayscale book. This is the greatest pictures, I guess, voted on by the fans, but in grayscale. So you can color them in grayscale. Our first one was done like with this. We did our first one like this. We just finished doing the second one. Lazy Sunshine. Heather Valentine is. I love Heather Valentine. And then we did this first one like this. And we just finished doing this one. I put down the blotter page, of course. I know, we did this all with Copic markers and a Soho white pencil. You have these Sohos, Michelle? Castle Arts, did you use Castle Arts, Michelle? I know you have Castle Arts. You didn't even try your Castle Arts? They might work on the paper, on the Create Space paper. because I know that my what is it, my color source work on them, but the thing with my color source is that they get eaten by them. Like they work well on the paper, but then they get like middle, like just eats them up like crazy. So then use that. That's what I would recommend. If you find a pencil that works really well and the pencils come out really well, use those. Use what works because it's going to be better for you in the long run to use what works. For what works for me is markers. Doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. I've had people come say, I can't use my markers like you do, and my pictures don't come out like yours do. But that's just it's a different method. They may not use the same method I use. So it depends on a lot of things. Everybody's going to do something different. Everybody's going to do what works for them. So I want to thank you guys for coming. We did 2 pictures, so thank you guys so much for coming. I didn't think that I was going to do 2 pictures today. You know what it is? You got to learn what works when you work with the Amazon paper or the Create Space paper, as it's called, and then you find out what works for you. What works for me is markers. I love using markers on these paper. Not everybody loves that, but it's gonna be, some people like working on with pencils on markers. In the who is it? Christina Novak. Before I go, Christina Novak. That's a pen. That's the Slavic Beauties and Queens of Poland. There is great, but that's because the paper is very different than this paper. Because that's on a different texture. That paper is a different grade. It's a different texture. It's completely different paper. So paper is going to make. Some people say paper makes a difference. Some people say it doesn't. To me, it depends. If I'm working on a book like this, I prefer markers. If I'm working on a higher end book, like let's say my John Reese Fairy Miracles, I would work out with pencils with those books. If I'm working on something like a Jane F. Henkin, I might do watercolor. I might do marker on that book. But that's because the paper is very different on books. So everybody does different paper. So I want to say to everybody, be good, stay safe, and stay healthy, and be good. Bye, everybody.